From a hidden producer behind the biggest names in the industry to selling out stadiums in a matter of minutes, the rise of Fred again hasn't just been fast, it's been unprecedented. But what is it exactly that makes him the most important producer of our time? Let's break it down. Fred again relies on his Machine Plus and Akai MPC Live 2 for one specific, defining purpose: to make his drums sound undeniably human. He uses these stations to physically perform his beats by hand. The result is a rhythm section that breathes, stumbles, and grooves exactly like a real drummer, giving his tracks that signature organic warmth. No drum machine? No problem. Here is exactly how to achieve that same human groove right inside your DAW. First, let's listen to the full drum group. As you can hear, it already sounds really human. Let's look at the different layers. I used an open hi-hat, saturated and heavily compressed. This is the key part to getting a human groove. As you can see, it's not exactly on the grid. I added a hi-hat loop, also with a lot of swing and off the grid. At this point, I added another hi-hat loop, but this time I wanted it to sit a bit ahead of the beat. I chose a very snappy clap to give the drums even more energy. For the kick, I chose one with a lot of transients to create cohesion with the 808, which we'll look at in a moment. I implemented some kick rolls, which are typical of Fred again. As you noticed, I used two different patterns to create some variation and switch to a more dance floor ready 4/4 rhythm, like Winnie. Now, let's move on to the 808. I used the 808 preset from my new pack, Modern UK Garage Volume 1, which features over 50 Serum 2 presets and 100 sounds, including one-shots, loops. Visit Morphus Audio for more, link in bio. Here it is, my 808 patch. After resampling the 808 with a strong distortion, here it is the result. I sidechained the 808 to the kick to create bounce and leave the space for the transients kick. After achieve a great result with drums and 808, let's take a look to the vocal. As you can hear from Fred's tracks, he uses repetitive vocal take, like in Solo, Winnie, or one of the famous track from him, Jungle. I went with a chopping approach, slicing the vocals to build a unique pattern. I processed it with reverb and EQ. Compression to give the classic squash sound. A clipper to cut peaks and increase volume, and a Pro Q4 preset just to give an extra overall EQ. Followed by the key element, Auto-Tune. Check out the difference when I turn it on and play with the formants. After building the drums and processing the vocals, let's dive into the melodic section. For the second part of the drop, I used my Transformer preset, a pluck that turns into a very gritty bass using a mapped macro. For the intro, I wanted to use FX like a car engine. Fred again often uses real-life field recordings or ambient noises in his tracks. For the intro, I wanted to use the same preset to keep that same vibe. And I added a rhythmic element like these shakers, with plenty of swing. Now that we've reached the end, remember to drop a like, subscribe, and comment on what you want to see in the next video. And now, the final result.